64K Retro Gaming Goodness.
Hey, Bastish B here for 64K and welcome to another episode of The Unconverted. And today we're going to have a look at another 3 more games that never got converted to the Commodore 64. And the 3 games we're going to have a look at are
Spiderfighter, originally released on the Atari 2600 by Activision in 1982. Nadnat, released in 2019 by Juan Martinez. And Space Panic, also released in 1980 by Universal in the arcades.
So let's start having a look at these games, plus a brief look at the original versions.
Spiderfighter blasted its way onto the Atari 2600 in 1982 by Larry Miller, who also did Enduro for Activision. It was a single-screen shooter where you had to defend a fruit orchard from attacks by all kinds of bugs. It's a fast-paced game that gets faster with each successful round you complete, as you blast bugs and make sure they don't eat all 3 pieces of the fruit or else it's game over. It was definitely an ode to the early arcade scene at the time that was just loaded up with similar styled games. Quick arcade blasting action to rack up that score. Simple fun. The game was released in the same year as the way more successful Mega Mania, also by Activision, which basically overshadowed it, and it was quickly forgotten until now, that is, with this 2021 port to the C64 by Haplo, who also did the previous episode's game Sequest. This one starts with a nice loader screen replicating the 2600's box art, accompanied by a cool rocking tune courtesy of Richard Bayless, who also did a cool job on Haplo's other conversion, Sequest. I only wish the music was optional to be played in-game. Now that would have been excellent. Overall, it's a simple, straightforward remake that is almost identical to the 2600 version, with waves of bugs to blast and extremely fast gameplay that almost feels too fast sometimes, but is still enjoyable to chase that score and see how long you can last. This game strictly falls into the 5 minutes to spare category, and is still well worth a look to fans of classic-era Activision games. Unlike other games in the series, Nadnat is a fairly new game and was originally released in 2019 by Juan Martinez on the MSX. This was the only version made, and it even got a physical release as well. It was one of those arcade-style step on all the floor tiles to color it in while avoiding a variety of enemies, then grab a key and make an exit out of the level. It's a really big 80-level arcade-style romp that features nice graphics and simple addictive gameplay, and is a lovely new addition to the MSX software library. It was designed and programmed by Juan Martinez himself, who has been slaving away over the last few years delivering quality new retro games on classic systems such as the MSX, Amstrad CPC, ZX Spectrum, and the C64, with his Rescuing Orc being a great little C64 platform adventure game that's worth checking out. This Commodore version was converted by Aris Kavalos in 2021 and was their first ever C64 game, which is extremely impressive. It follows the plot and gameplay the same as the MSX version, with you playing Sir Bernard, who takes long dangerous walks in his castle at night to help him fall asleep as he's being cursed. It features the same addictive gameplay, where the difficulty, enemy AR, and variety get more and more interesting as the game progresses. You can also pick up items as well, such as clocks to increase your time, or a shield to protect you from at least one enemy hit. It features the same bubbly music and all the levels from the MSX original. Overall, as a first attempt C64 game, it's really damn good, and a great little arcade platformer romp to add to the C64's ever-growing library. And finally, we have Space Panic, published by Universal in 1980 in the arcades. It's considered to be the first platform game, predating Donkey Kong. Just don't break it to those Nintendo fanboys. You know they're gonna go mental over it. The game involves you as an astronaut taking out aliens on single fixed screen levels. You could climb up and down ladders, dig holes for the creatures to fall into, and then smash them in the head to finish off the job, dropping them down a level to their death. The stronger the alien, the bigger the fall needed to waste them. And that's where I guess the panic in the game's title comes from, as the game can get really intense very fast as the alien count and strength increase from level to level gets higher, requiring greater heart drops to kill them for good. The arcade game was a big hit in Japan, but failed miserably in arcades outside its native country. It was part of a long line of successful games that Kazutoshi Ueda worked on in the 1980s, which also included Mr. Do and Bomb Jack. The game only received one port outside of Japan to the ColecoVision in 1982, where again it received lukewarm results, but its effects were evident in the gaming scene, with countless clones hitting every system under the sun, including the C64 clones, Panic 64 and Panic Planet, and was no doubt the inspiration for Broderbund's computer classic Lode Runner. This new C64 release is based on the 1982 ColecoVision version, as an official Commodore version never materialized. It's almost an exact replica of that one, with simple graphics and the same sound effects, just sounding a little bit more 64-ish, of course. Gameplay is still intact and it plays quite well, running around the levels, trapping aliens and mashing on their heads. It's simple fun, and the man behind this version, Comic, is a member of HVSC, the High Voltage SID Collection website, who has been helping archive C64 SID music for everyone to enjoy. And he did a wonderful job on this simple game. And like Spiderfighter, if you want a quick burst of classic arcade gaming and a taste of the platform genre's original release, then check it out.
And that's it for another great bunch of conversions to the Commodore 64. I just want to thank everybody involved for making these available for all of us to enjoy. And there'll be links in the description to download all these new games. Thanks for joining me, Bastish B at 64K. I hope you had a good time. And if you can please like and subscribe, that'll be greatly appreciated. And I'll see you next time. Cheers.